Horowitz, and I've been on the faculty of Foothill since 1977. That's over 45 years ago. I was hired full-time as a professor in dental hygiene. In 2015 I retired, but I've been teaching part-time ever since in the health department. I wanted to share my story because I've kind of witnessed what's been going on at Foothill for over 45 years and have understood a lot about the racial inequities that have existed since then. Back in the 1980s and early 1990s, I tried to hire a part-time one-year replacement in our dental assistant. She was a black part-time professor and was well qualified and had the minimum qualifications to do the job. She did not get an interview. And again, in early 1990, I tried to hire an Hispanic dental hygiene instructor. She actually came all the way from San Juan, Puerto Rico to interview for the job. She did not get hired. And now I find out that just this year, we had quite a number of tenured faculty members, or I shouldn't say not tenured, but up for tenure in our Foothill College. 2 were denied tenure or did not get the tenure approved, and both of them were black faculty. So there's a history here of racial inequity, and to deny that it has occurred or is occurring is absurd. And that was why I was so excited back in 2015 when President Nguyen was hired. And when she was interviewed for the job as president, they asked her what her 3 priorities were. And she said, equity, equity, and equity. It was very clear to the board the kind of person they were hiring. When she was terminated back in October, I was perplexed for a number of reasons. One, if you look at the priorities that the board established for 21-22, it was clear that equity was at the top of their agenda. And you can refer to the board priorities to see that. In addition, if you go back and review the accreditation midterm report from 2021, there's quite a big section on participatory governance. Because one of the complaints made by the Academic Senate was in regards to shared governance. This report does not reflect any problems with President Nguyen in regards to participatory or shared governance. That has become a smokescreen for the real issue, which is equity. And so I'm joining along with former trustee Thuy and many, many others in the community in support of reinstating President Nguyen. I've read that they feel that this is coming from outside sources. Well, I live in this community. I've lived here for 45 years. Former trustee Thuy lives in Sunnyvale. Many of the associations that are supporting her, from the NCAACP and the Asian Alliance, Law Alliance, also live in this district. So to say that the pressure is coming from outside sources is absurd. So my hope is tonight that our Board of Trustees will rectify an injustice that was done, reinstate President Nguyen, move forward. And you will hear tonight some very kind of heart-rending testimony from her former students, from her administrative assistant, who just submitted a letter to the board regarding her working with President Nguyen. So I thank you for this time to share my story.